Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, that we will encourage to keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. Also, YouTube will be able to recommend this video to other YouTube viewers all around the world. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below. The race to succeed Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in 2027 is gradually gaining momentum, with political stakeholders and groups across Lagos State already rooting for their preferred candidates. Among those generating buzz is Gbajabiamila, Chief of Staff to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and former Speaker of the House of Representatives. Daily Post observed that a growing number of party faithful and influential figures are backing him, with popular Nollywood actor and lawmaker Desmond Elliott reportedly leading a silent push for Gbajabiamila to emerge as the APC flag bearer in the next gubernatorial election. Supporters are said to be banking on his close ties to the president and long-standing political experience, which they believe make him a strong contender. Gbajabiamila is not just a seasoned legislator. Now, as Chief of Staff to the president, he has added executive experience. That's the kind of leadership Lagos needs, said famous Oloyede, an APC chieftain from Surulere. However, some party members believe that by 2027, Gbajabiamila, who will be 64, may be too old to govern a complex and fast-moving state like Lagos State. He should stay back in Abuja and continue supporting the president. Lagos needs someone younger, and besides, it's time another administrative district takes the seat, a senior party source said. Lagos State is organized into 5 administrative districts, collectively called Ibile, namely Ikorodu, Badagry, Ikeja, Lagos Island, and Ekpe. Notably, the last 4 governors of the state, Bola Tinubu, Babatunde Fashola, Akinwumi Ambode, and Babajide Sanwo-Olu, have all hailed from either Lagos Island or Ekpe. Even Alhaji Lateef Jakande, the state's first civilian governor, identified as a native of Lagos Island. The clamor for 2027 is not one-sided. Stakeholders from Ekpe, a region that once produced former Governor Akinwumi Ambode, are also pressing for political rebalancing. Following Ambode's fallout with the APC leadership, many indigenes believe Ekpe has been marginalized in the state's power structure. As a result, attention has shifted to the current Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, who hails from Ekpe. Many locals view him as a competent and loyal figure, capable of restoring Ekpe's influence in Lagos politics. Ekpe has been marginalized for years, said Olugbede Adekalu, a strong APC member. Ambode was not allowed to complete his second term, unlike others before him. It's time to correct that injustice, he said. Speaker of the Lagos House of Assembly, retired Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, is also being quietly touted by political and religious circles. A notable Islamic cleric recently expressed support for Obasa's candidacy, citing his legislative experience and grassroots popularity. While Obasa has yet to make a formal declaration, he recently made a subtle remark that has further fueled speculations. Speaking during a public engagement, the speaker said, "Also, becoming a governor is secondary. It is something that I have not given serious consideration. Nevertheless, that doesn't mean I am too young or lack experience to run, whereas those who have been before me are not better off." Observers believe Obasa's statement was a calculated message to signal openness to the race without making an outright announcement. Also, making the rounds is the name of Seyi Tinubu, son of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. While he has not publicly declared interest, speculations are rife, with several diasporal groups reportedly rooting for him. This development has placed the party and the Governance Advisory Council, GAC, the highest decision-making body of APC in Lagos, in a dilemma, especially as President Tinubu has remained silent despite the growing clamor for his son's potential candidacy. In addition to the growing field of aspirants, fresh agitations are emerging from Ikorodu, one of Lagos State's largest administrative districts under the Ibile structure. Despite the fact that current Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat hails from Igaigbe, a traditional compound within the Ikorodu division, many stakeholders are insisting the district is yet to be adequately represented at the top. According to party insiders, there are mounting support for either Representative Babajimi Benson or Hamzat himself to emerge as the next governor. However, should neither of them clinch the tickets, strong lobbying is ongoing for Honorable Abike Dabiri Arewa, former House of Representatives member and current chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, to be considered for the position of deputy governor, especially if the governorship goes to another district. Ikorodu deserves a real shot at the governorship. It's one of the most loyal and populated zones in Lagos, yet we've never truly had our turn, said a party source. While some argue that Ikorodu had a brief taste of power through Abiodun Ogunleye, who served as deputy governor during Tinubu's administration, a party member countered that Ogunleye's tenure was just 14 days between May 15 and May 29, 2007, was too short to be considered meaningful representation. A party insider from Ogolonto, a community in Ikorodu, stated, Ogunleye's 14-day tenure was purely symbolic. You can't call that real representation. That's no power sharing. It was a token gesture. Ikorodu deserves more than a fleeting appointment. Serving just 14 days as deputy governor hardly qualifies as meaningful leadership. Ikorodu deserves more than a fleeting appointment. Reflecting growing calls for more equitable power rotation across Lagos, many party members have maintained that adjoining districts, long overlooked, deserve a turn in the executive seats. Power should shift to Badagry now. They've never produced either a governor since 1999, another party member told Daily Post. Another name quietly gaining traction within APC circles is that of Senator Mokhai Adetokunbo Abiru, who currently represents Lagos East Senatorial District in the National Assembly. This district encompasses the local government areas of Epe, Ibejuleki, Ikorodu, Koshofe, and Shomolu, with many zones clamoring for recognition and no clear front runner emerging yet. One thing is clear: the contest for the soul of Lagos in 2027 will be one of the most keenly watched and hotly contested in the state's recent political history. What are your thoughts? Let's have them in the comment section below. What do you all think of this? Do you think that Seyi Tinubu will eventually declare his intention? Because as for now, he has not said anything. I'm most interested in Seyi Tinubu's ambition, whether he's going to declare or not, because his father is the president and the son is now being named, somebody that, could potentially be the governor of Lagos State. Also, let me also mention that Mudashiru Obasa's son has withdrawn, Gani Obasa. He has withdrawn from the local government race in Lagos State after much pressure. Before we go, guys, let's take a look at a couple of reactions we got online. Unwagbo says, this is kind of something. This is kind of thing is common in Yoruba land, where after become a leader of a state, the son will be hovering around to continue from where the father stops. My question is, the family inheritance? No, and I do not think it's going to sit well with a lot of people if Seyi Tinubu declares his intention to run for governorship, seeing that the father is the president. And even the father is not, the president, a lot of people might, consider that. But, how is it going to look like, having the father as the president of a nation and then the son, the governor? And the father has occupied that seat before in Lagos. It's just somehow, it's looking like they want to turn everything to inheritance, and, they want it to be limited to those who have connections and powers within Lagos State, whereas other regions of Lagos State are neglected. Thank you very much all for always listening and watching, guys. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.